Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for coming today as we celebrate our Teachers of the Year. My name is Trey Duke. I am the Director of Schools here in Murfreesboro City, and I am so glad to have you here, and I'm so glad to welcome you as we celebrate this event today. So we are so excited to be here today as we celebrate in person our Teachers of the Year. I want to thank everyone for coming, including our Board of Education members, our principals, our family members, our friends. I also want to thank Miss Bell for opening up her school to us. Thank you, Miss Bell. And to Cornerstone Financial. They have been our Teacher of the Year partners for the last 5 years, and we appreciate their commitment to recognizing our excellent educators that we have here in Murfreesboro. I also want to recognize Ms. Trail and Ms. Carr for always putting together such a great event. So thank you, Lisa and Tori, for your hard work as well. This really is a special day for us here in Murfreesboro, and we are so glad you've joined us. You know, I think being recognized as Teacher of the Year is special for a lot of reasons. First, I always think this is the recognition that is given to you by your colleagues and your school staff members. By being here today, you have shown that your fellow teachers recognize your hard work, they see your dedication to the craft, and they know the passion that you bring to the job every day. It is always special to be told that you've done a great job, but that honor is even more special when it's told to you by those same people who walk the halls with you every day. So congratulations to that. I also think it's special because of the year that we've just been through. Being recognized this year illustrates that in a year when all of us have faced challenges like never before, and all of us have learned to do our jobs in ways we've never had to do them before, that you have stood out and your work has rose to the top of the field. When so many obstacles could have knocked us down, you persevered and made a difference for our students and for your school. You know, this year, all across the country, we keep talking about and keep hearing about learning loss. And what I know is the group of teachers in this room have helped make sure that not only have we not had learning loss in Murfreesboro City, but that our students have grown every day, whether that's been in person or virtually, because of the hard work you've done. You know, finally, being Teacher of the Year is really about standing in for all the other teachers in our district. And today you represent the great work of over 750 teachers that we have here in Murfreesboro City. So thank you for not only representing your fellow teachers, but for representing our district so well. So we are so excited to recognize you. We are so excited to honor you. And we are so excited to welcome our principals to the podium. So with that, I'm going to start with Black Fox Elementary and welcome up Ms. Strevel. Thank you. So nice. I think you're going to use that one. It's right there.
Am I using this one? All right. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. We were waiting on one of our Teachers of the Year to get here. She was unable to get here, so if she comes in, maybe we can recognize her again at the end, if that would be okay. Perfect. Well, I'm truly honored to be here to present to you our Teachers of the Year from Black Fox. The ladies that were selected this year are not only wonderful, amazing, excellent educators, but they are also women of character and just women with great integrity. They're such an example. So I'm so proud that they were not only selected as Teachers of the Year, but they're also the teachers within our building that are molding our new teachers, and they're mentoring them. So just truly thrilled for both of these ladies. I'm going to start with Mrs. Becky Smith. Mrs. Becky Smith, she has been in education at Black Fox for over 29 years. And you guys, 29 years in education and at the same school. We just applaud her loyalty to our school. She not only has taught 29 years at Black Fox, but she also spent an additional 4.5 years in ESP. I don't think you can retire until at least 40 years, Mrs. Smith, so just keep hanging on, okay? When I talked to her students today, it was just precious. Mrs. Smith teaches second grade, and her kids continually just said, she's just so nice. I think that's not only a great thing, but they said she's nice and she also grows our brain, and everything that's difficult, she just makes easy. I love talking with them. I selected multiple students from different backgrounds to talk to, and again, Mrs. Smith, you can just tell that they love you, love being in your classroom. When I talked with Mrs. Smith's team, one of the things that stood out to me about what they said was not just the hardworking. We know all of our teachers are hardworking, but not only does Mrs. Smith work hard, but that she puts others first. I love when they said that, because that's one of the things that stands out to me from Mrs. Smith. She does put others first. Her team this year has embraced the philosophy of finding the joy. I love that about their team. They said, Ms. Strevel, we're just going to find the joy in every day and all the challenges that a year of COVID can bring. And not only does Mrs. Smith embrace that finding the joy, but she also helps others throughout Black Fox to find that joy and the positivity even in the most difficult times. So I am honored and so proud to recognize Mrs. Becky Smith as one of our Teachers of the Year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
And if it's okay, I'm going to go ahead and speak on Mrs. Dionne McCullough. She is a 6th grade teacher at Black Fox. She might possibly make it at the end. We'll see. Mrs. McCullough is just an amazing leader. She's a leader inside of the building, inside of her classroom, outside of her classroom. Her students, 6th graders, they describe her, one of my favorite things, as being fair. And if you know 6th graders, being fair is really important. So they describe Mrs. McCullough as being fair. They also describe her as being fun. Now, if you walk into Mrs. McCullough's classroom, it's almost like church. You just want to sit down and just soak up everything Mrs. McCullough has to say. She really just engages you immediately when you walk into the room. One of her students says she's just a teacher who always is fun and engaging. They said that if they can learn about all the different civilizations, then she must be a really good teacher. So I love that about that. They said that she also made them feel at home. She made them feel special because she took the time to get to know all of the things that were important to them and all of the things that made them who they are. So what I can say about Mrs. McCullough is she builds excellent relationships with all of the stakeholders, but especially has those great relationships with her 6th graders. At Black Fox, we talk a lot about making a difference. We talk about being a difference maker and teaching our students to dream big, and I think that's exactly what Mrs. McCullough does for our students. She's investing in them not only academically, but also just helping to shape them into the young adults that they will be one day and those middle schoolers that they will be. So, Mrs. McCullough, we are honored to recognize her as a Teacher of the Year at Black Fox Elementary as well.
All right, I think Ms. Strevel left her speech. I may just go ahead and use it. The first time I ever did one of these, I don't know where to talk. I was not prepared. I didn't bring a speech. This time I'm ready. All right, so here we go. First off, it's an honor. I'm representing Bradley Academy. It's an honor to be able to speak about our 2 Teachers of the Year, Taylor Witsaman and Alli Nivison, formerly Alli Cole, we used to call her. I could talk about their Ames data and their benchmark improvement, the work that they've done with their teams to grow students on their grade levels, their classroom observations, which are always a pleasure to watch. I actually really enjoy just being able to sit back and enjoy my time in their rooms. I could talk about the way they handle distance learning this year. I could talk about all the work that they do after school, working with our after school program. There's a lot of things I could say about these 2 phenomenal teachers. But when I think back to the teachers who had the biggest impact on me, and probably a lot of the teachers who are sitting in here now, When you think back on them, none of those things that I just mentioned are probably not what's top on your list as to what makes them amazing. I believe the best teachers lead with their hearts. The way I've seen Taylor and Alli do every day since I've been a part of Bradley Academy. It begins with a love for their students. We'll move this over here. There we go. All right, it begins with a love for their students. Everything that they do is traced back to that. And by love, I don't mean the warm and fuzzy feelings you get, with students. You may not get those a whole lot after the first few weeks of teaching, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the warm and fuzzies. I'm talking about love in the sense of choice. Choosing to be kind in the face of that kid who's throwing a tantrum in the middle of the floor, knocking stuff over or whatnot, making snow angels with all the crayons you just put all over. That happens. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about choosing to stay after school to help students with basic reading and math after a long day of working in the classroom. Choosing to drive materials for distance learners to their houses because mom is in the hospital or something happened over the weekend and now they're in the custody of someone. Those types of things that really happen. Choosing to do that for those students. Choosing to have hope and to believe in the children that they teach, regardless of the home circumstances. The choice to be positive in a year when there was a lot that we could have been negative about. I've seen them choose to do all those things. I'm grateful to be able to work with Taylor and Alli because in working with them, I've learned they didn't really choose to teach students, they chose to love them. I'm so grateful for them, to have them as part of my family, because I consider all of our teachers family, which is why I'm talking about them together and not individually. This is who we are. So thank you to both of you. Congratulations to both of you. I love you like family, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you. You two can come up.
All right, good afternoon. I'm Caitlin Bullard. I'm representing Cason Lane Academy, and I am so excited to speak to you guys a little bit today about our two teachers of the year. Our word of the year at Cason Lane Academy this year is opportunity, and the two teachers who've been selected to represent us have truly embraced every bit of that. From being virtual teachers briefly to having students in and out of their classrooms, the many challenges that we know all of the educators in this room have faced, they've seized the opportunity in that, and they've found a way to not only embrace those challenges, but use them as a way to grow professionally. So we're very excited to have them representing us today. The first teacher of the year representing CLA is Miss Jacqueline Keller. Miss Keller stands out for her ability to deliver exceptional math instruction and build very strong relationships with her students. She's been an educator for 12 years, the past 3 of which have been at CLA as a math teacher. She holds a master's degree and an education specialist degree in technology integration from Lipscomb University, and she is a diligent, hard worker at making sure that all of her students' needs are being met. She holds her students to extremely high expectations. This is one of the things that stands out about Miss Keller. Her students know what the expectations are, and no matter what level they come in, they know that she believes in them, and they consistently prove her right. Not only does she have the top math growth in the school this year of any group in the entire school, but her students know that she cares deep down, and that's what it is that they're truly working for, is they're working for someone who believes in them. Miss Keller also inspires and motivates her colleagues. She served as a team leader, as a data lead, and as a co-chair for a reading week committee. She's shown extreme professionalism, dedication to the field of education, and is continuously looking to grow and learn. We're honored to have Miss Keller representing CLA. Our second teacher of the year this year is Miss Rachel Matthews, who's an innovative and enthusiastic teacher leader on our 4th grade team. Ms. Matthews has taught 2nd and 4th grades. She holds her master's degree in literacy and her education specialist degree in administration. Ms. Matthews has been a critical player this year in developing a robust STEAM team at Cason Lane Academy, and she's helped lead us through the STEM designation process this year. She's also participated in the Innovative Leaders Institute. One thing that stands out about Ms. Matthews is the priority that she places not only on outstanding academic instruction, but also on social emotional learning. And that's evidenced in every interaction she has with her students and with her colleagues. Ms. Matthews founded the first ever Kindness Squad at CLA this year, which is an opportunity for every single one of her students to have student-driven acts of kindness each week throughout the building. It's not only changed the climate of Ms. Matthews' classroom, but truly of the entire school. Ms. Matthews is also a focused, driven, and energetic leader within our school and an exceptional role model for her students. We're so honored to have both of these ladies representing CLA.
Hi there, I'm Jessica Snell from Discovery School, and I am very excited to speak about these two ladies, both a joy to be in our building. So our first teacher of the year this year is Mrs. Tiara Vance, and this person, she just embodies everything that you would want in a teacher for your child's first year of their education. Her warm demeanor and her patience is something that sets her apart from everyone. She is a great balance of spunk and calm, and she loves her kids, her parents trust her, and she is easily one that can put a smile on your face. Her students definitely leave her classroom ready for the next grade level and the adventures that are ahead of them for the rest of their elementary career. She is the type of teacher that I hope my daughter one day has for kindergarten. And here are some things that her students had to say about her. Jacob loves Mrs. Vance because they get to do a lot of math. And I love being able to walk into her classroom and see the kids' faces light up when they are working on this. Hazel really loves her hair and her voice, which I think says a lot about Miss Vance, because her voice is one, when you walk into the classroom, it is just so warm, so calming, and a great place for any kindergartner to be. And Colin loves that she shows really fun videos about learning. So she is just so well-rounded, reaches all of our kids. And so on behalf of Dr. Maddox and myself, Mrs. Vance, you are a joy to work with each day, and you make learning come to life, and we're just blessed to have you in the building. And our second teacher of the year is Mrs. Meredith Gilliland. And when I was in school, I struggled with math in my elementary upper grade years. And had I had a teacher like Miss Gilliland, I don't think I would have struggled very much. She does everything that she needs to for her kids. She has one of the kindest hearts of anybody that I have ever met. She loves and has passion, and it overflows in everything that she does. The excitement that she has when teaching math concepts that are not as fun as other math concepts are something that every child deserves to have. She works hard to go deep with our students, challenging them when they don't think they can be challenged anymore. Some of the kids in her classes that she teaches would like her to know that Jackson appreciates your second chances. He appreciates how if he forgets to do something or isn't done to his potential the first time, that you see that in him and you're able to give him a second chance when necessary. And Justice loves how Mrs. Gilliland sees the potential in absolutely everyone. She's strict but not mean, and always nice to everyone that she encounters. And Joel told me that when he has a problem, that you actually want to help and that you're happy about doing it, and you don't just do it because you get paid to do so. So on behalf of Dr. Maddox and myself, Ms. Gilliland, you are an exceptional person, teacher, and we are blessed to work with you.
Good afternoon. I am Quinina Bell, the principal of Hobgood Elementary School, and I'm excited to recognize two of our Teachers of the Year. The very first teacher is Miss Rone. She is a fourth grade teacher that has been with us for 5 years now. Her students love going to her classroom. Every morning I watch them skip down the hallway, and of course I don't stop them because they're excited to go to class. Not only that, I can see their smile behind their mask as they greet their teacher every morning. She is in charge of the math network at our school and a part of it at the district as well. She does everything very positively. She is a part of, you wouldn't know that she's not the team leader, but of course she takes a big part of the team and so forth. She engages her students in all of her lessons. You never know what she's going to be dressed up as. Several times of the year she'll dress up as Paul Revere or anything else that she needs to do to get her students to engage in the lesson. I am so excited to have Miss Rone at our school this year, and I know our society is going to be better knowing that she is educating our children. Our next teacher. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ms. Rone. Our next teacher of the year is Mrs. Abbey Thomas. Mrs. Abbey Thomas is a PE teacher at Hobgood Elementary School. She often steps in to be principal designee because she does several of the things here at Hobgood. She's a part of our leadership team. She is in charge of the behavior team that we have at Hobgood with RTI Square B. Not only that, she is a very intricate part of the special area team. She steps in to do the crisis prevention, de-escalation at our school. Her titles go on and on. Her students respect her, her peers respect her, and everyone just loves to see Miss Abbey Thomas just comes in the hallway because she's always positive. I would like to present to you our Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Abbey Thomas.
Good afternoon. I'm Adam Bryson, principal at John Pittard Elementary, and I'm super excited to introduce our two Teachers of the Year. They're both amazing teachers, mentors, and just good people. The word that comes to mind with both of them is the word longevity. I wrote it down. Between the two of them, they have 54 years experience, and 43 years have been combined blessing Murfreesboro City Schools. So I'm so thankful that they are just continuing to just be honored by their peers and doing a great job. The first one I want to recognize is Mr. Craig Nelius. I call Craig Nelius like a principal's dream. Like, he is just always positive, always willing to go the extra mile, always professional, regardless of what's going on around him. Craig is a special education teacher who is just passionate about his students. Like, his passion comes through in everything he does. I say every day he goes above and beyond for those kids. Craig is viewed as a leader at our school. He does professional development for the whole school, for small groups, and oftentimes with individual teachers just to help them out. He's also one of those people that just lifts people up around him. And in the morning before school goes, if I walk by his class, typically there'll be somebody in his room who he's just kind of building up, who probably needed to hear some positivity. So he's an encourager. I just say Craig is just an amazing man, and our school is a better place because of him. So Craig Nelius, come on down. Thank you. And he rocks a fuchsia mask every day, so. Thank you, Craig. All right, my next one is Carla Calvin, and I was thinking as I was preparing, what can I say about Miss Calvin? Miss Calvin's in her final year of teaching here in Murfreesboro City Schools, and I'm so excited that she's going out on top. This is her 28th year as a teacher, 28th year in Murfreesboro City Schools. And while I've only known Carla for 4 years, I can say that based on what I've seen for those 28 years, she has been a dynamic, life-changing teacher. And there's so many kids that are thankful to have her. I can't look at her right now. Even with all the experience, Carla has. She's that teacher that has changed every year I've seen her because she wants to be better. Like, it'd be easy to get set in her ways, but she is constantly growing. And I'm happy, sort of, that she's going to be settling into retirement. And I've tried to change her mind a few times, but I just want you to know, Ms. Calvin, our school and our district is going to have a hole, and we're going to miss you. But I'm so thankful for the lives you changed. I did the math, and based the minimum amount of students she's had in her homeroom is 560. So that's 560 kids and adults who are better students and better people because of her, because they had Miss Calvin. So Carla Calvin, come on down and get this award.
Hello, my name is Jamara DeBerry, and I am representing Mitchell-Neilson Schools. I feel honored to represent two phenomenal educators. I feel like whenever you're nominated by a group of your peers, that's just, to me, the highest honor. When I think of these two educators, one word comes to mind: team players. I feel like they defy odds because they work with our most challenging students, and that's our SPED population and our BEST population, and they're changing statistics every single day. They make me a better administrator, and I know they make their colleagues better colleagues and better educators as well. The first educator that I would like to recognize is Miss Clemente. I've had the pleasure of knowing her for 2 years, but throughout those 2 years, I found her to be very knowledgeable, but she's knowledgeable yet humble. She doesn't mind sharing, and she's willing to share with her team and do whatever she can, and she goes the extra mile to make Mitchell-Neilson a better place. So, Miss Clemente, thank you. You're doing an awesome job, and you're a phenomenal educator.
Congratulations, job well done.
The second educator I want to recognize is Mr. Bryce Reed. And when I think of Mr. Reed, I think of a person who is resilient. Before, I'm not a speaker and I don't like to speak in front of a lot of people, but I asked Mr. Reed, I said, how much can I tell them? I feel like you guys should know that he is a go-getter. He gives it 100%. He lost his wife in December. He still comes to work every day, still has a smile on his face, and always willing to go the extra mile. I don't have to babysit. He's always there. I feel like that says a lot, because he could have said, you know what, I'm done. He's giving it 110%. He's going on. And Mr. Reed, I thank you. I know this year hasn't been easy, but you make it look easy. And I'm honored to work with you. And I know your teammates are too. And I would just like to present Mr. Reed to you. Yeah.
Congratulations, young man. You are outstanding.
And those are our two excellent educators from Mitchell-Neilson.
Good afternoon. I'm Melissa Miffleton, representing Northfield School. This year at Northfield, we have experienced a great deal of excitement and change. From new administration to teaching in the midst of a pandemic, it's been a very exciting roller coaster ride. The two ladies I'd like to speak about today have shown great resilience and managed it all with grace and flexibility. One of our teachers is not here today that I'd like to go ahead and introduce. Miss Easterly was not able to join us this afternoon. However, I'd like to share this about her. Miss Easterly fosters a climate of competency and collaboration for her students. She sets the bar high and dares to expect her students to achieve anything less. Her classroom is student-centered and rallied around best practices for student achievement. Ms. Easterly truly believes that the sky is the limit for her students and models this expectation each day by providing her students real-world applications. We are so proud as she surges to higher heights and soars amongst the birds with her creativity during classroom instruction. So I'd like to congratulate Ms. Sarah Easterly, even though she's not here with us, but we're really proud of her. My second teacher is Ms. Nell Simpson. She's in her 5th year of teaching at Northfield. And I met Ms. Simpson for the first time this past summer, sitting in the conference room trying to figure out what in the world I was doing as a new assistant principal at Northfield in a new district. And I got an email from Ms. Simpson that said, can I talk to you and the other admin about this hybrid thing? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. How do you do this hybrid teaching? So we sat down and we collaborated, and my answer was, I have no idea. But I will just say that over the course of the year, she has managed this challenge with strength and positivity, and we're so proud of her. And I would like to share this about Ms. Simpson. Ms. Simpson exhibits everything it means to be a teacher of the year. She fosters a high-achieving classroom with a culture of kindness. She's truly a champion for our students and builds the capacity of teachers in the building. Ms. Simpson works really hard to foster a sense of community within her classroom. She continues to show resilience through various challenges of this school year. Her growth mindset inspires her students to take risks, achieve, and above all, to believe in themselves. Thank you, Ms. Simpson, for being so amazing. We're so proud of you.
Good afternoon. I'm Don Barch, principal at Overall Creek. Excuse me. Well, I'm kind of like Nick Saban. When they stick a mic in front of him, you better listen quick. Just get better. So, my 2 teacher of the year, I'm very proud of them, Miss Lauren Moore and Miss Melissa Horn. And so I got a quick little story about each one of them. But first of all, they both have very humble, servant-minded spirits, and that's kind of what we're looking for. And I'm really proud of how they do that and work through each day. That's been key, I think, for this year and for when we look to hire teachers. But Lauren, when we hired her, Ralph called me up and said, "Hey, I got a teacher for you. I want you to talk to." Well, my wife and I, we in Ortiz's, we run a fireworks tent out in Williamson County. And I just said, "Well, Ralph, man, I'm here for 3 weeks. I can't get away right now." Well, she drove out there, and we interviewed in the middle of a field, and at the fireworks tent out there, and that in itself was impressive to me. Showed a little bit of grit. It's also really hot, and it was nasty, and it was in a field. So, but Lauren really impressed me from that day, and has not let me down. Not let her students down, more importantly, since then. And so, Lauren, congratulations. One of the great story, which actually kind of changed our school with Miss Horn, is back in the days when she had a pre-conference. We were sitting there talking about what she was going to do, and she said, I want to try something out. And I want to try to, when you're grouping children or when they're getting ready to work on an activity. Well, Miss Horn, you know how sometimes all these teachers in here, we kind of try to spread those kids out into the groups. And so they're not affecting, well, she decided, you know what, I'm going to put my really challenging kids all in the same group. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. That sounds fun. Let's see how that plays. This is her observation, by the way, and she's going to try this out. That speaks a lot about her and her willingness to try new things. And folks, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And by the way, just quick story, that group had probably the best outcomes of what she wanted when they had to really argue with each other, but still come to a consensus. And so I've shared that with many teachers, and many other teachers have done that. So Ms. Horn changed their school. So congratulations, Ms. Horn.
Good afternoon. My name is Cherry Robertson, and I am the honored and proud principal at Reeves-Rogers Elementary. Today, I'm going to introduce to some and reintroduce to others two amazing teachers. The first teacher that I'm going to talk about is Miss Shay Miga. She teaches second grade, and she is actually the leader of our math network at Reeves. She is one of just a kind spirit. When you talk about teaching, relationships, that comes first. If you don't have the relationships, as all of you know, then the academics will never come. Miss Miga is one that not only takes care of her kids academically, she takes care of the child, but she also takes care of the family. And so she had a child this year that had to go into the hospital. And so, like I said, not only did she make sure the child was taken care of physically, she connected with the child, she connected with the family, and the family is just overjoyed with Miss Miga and can't stop saying enough about her. She is one that when I tell parents, okay, so you're gonna be in Miss Miga's class, that you can literally see them jumping up and down. This year has been one, as many have said before me, has been one of surprises, it's been one of challenges, it's been one just of excitement. And so at the beginning of the year, I went to the second grade team and I said, okay, looks like we gotta have one teacher teaching hybrid. I'm gonna let you all talk about it first. And so when they finished talking, they came back to me and they said, well, Miss Miga said, I guess it's gonna be me. And so I said, you know what, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And so she said to me, I will do whatever I can to make this work. And when I tell you that it is an absolute joy to walk into her room to see the things that she has happening with distance learners and for traditional learners, it is absolutely amazing. That wasn't a surprise to me, it was a surprise to her, but it is absolutely amazing. When I say that she would not stop academically until her kids made growth, she would call me into her room and she would say, I need a thinking partner. My kids aren't making the academic progress that I need them to make. I need a thinking partner. I need somebody to sit, tell me where my gaps are, tell me where my loopholes are. She does not stop until she gets results. Again, that's for the academic purposes and relationships. So I introduce to you the wonderful Miss Shay Miga. I'll accept my check tomorrow, Miss Miga. Next up, I have Miss Sandra Daniel. Miss Daniel is a SPED teacher at our school. And again, I said it's all about relationships, right? So this year, I'd say a little bit after the first quarter, she was told that she had to share schools. So she shares, she's at Reeves and then she's at another Murfreesboro City School. And first hearing this, she came to me and she said, I don't know what we're gonna do. And I said, well, what's going on? She was like, I don't know what we're gonna do, because if I'm sharing schools, that means that I cannot devote my time to Reeves, 100% of my time to Reeves. And I said, again, it's gonna be fine. That's one of my mottos. It's gonna be fine, we'll work it out. And she said, I know we're gonna work it out. She said, but I can't sacrifice the relationships that I have here with my children. And I said to her, you will not sacrifice those relationships. When her caseload had to be limited just a little bit, she came to me again and she said, we got to talk. And I said, listen, it's going to be fine. She is the type of teacher that, again, parents absolutely love, because they know that they can call her, they know that they can dojo her to ask her anything. Teachers in the building know that if they have any questions, if they need any resources, they know that she is there for them. She is but she's on the RTI-2B team, she's on our behavior team, and she is just a light in our building that is willing to do whatever you need her to do. So I introduce Miss Sandra Daniel.
Good afternoon. I am Sia Phillips and I am representing Salem Elementary. I'm thrilled to be here this afternoon to celebrate all of these accomplishments with our Teachers of the Year. In a district known for outstanding teachers, you all are the best of the best, and I'm grateful to be a part of this celebration. I believe it was Isaac Newton who said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And as I think about you all, and especially our Salem teachers, this quote really rings true. We are better and we can do more and we can see further because of what you do every day in your classroom. The first teacher that I would like to talk about is Miss Natalie Adcock. Miss Adcock is one of our special education teachers, and she just does everything with the level of excellence. She raises the bar for us all. I don't think I've ever met a special education teacher who knows her students like Miss Adcock. She truly knows the needs of each and every child that she serves throughout our building, and she is a fearless advocate for them and what they need. Not only is she a wonderful resource for her students, but she is a key resource for our faculty as a whole. She is always helping our classroom teachers make accommodations or plan new ways to make sure that their work is reaching every single student, and we are all better because of her. It's a pleasure to be on IEP meetings with her as she advocates for the needs of her students. She eases parents when they have to listen to test results. Sometimes that's not the easiest thing, but they always leave knowing that they are good hand because of her words and the way that she knows her content and her goals. The next teacher I would like, Miss Natalie Adcock. The next teacher I would like to talk about is Miss Emily Cone. Miss Cone is a first grade teacher at Salem, and not only is she a phenomenal teacher, but she is the team lead for the largest team in our building, which is 10 teachers. She is an outstanding teacher, and she's known at school for her consistently positive and can-do attitude. But if you really want to know what makes Miss Cone stand out, let me share one particular student. It was a tough beginning of the year with this student. He was new to Salem and he had some unique needs. It was tough, but with a lot of collaboration, Miss Cone worked with the parents and admin, and she never gave up. Through it all, Miss Cone was patient, kind, and understanding, yet she never let go of the high expectations that are a hallmark of her classroom. And now, not only would you step foot in that classroom and likely not know who that student is, but you'd be amazed at the work that he produces. That's just who Miss Cone is with every single student. She's great at also building teacher capacity. I remember going into one of her teammates' classroom for an observation. I was sat down at the kidney table. There was a candy bar there and a sweet little note. I was like, oh, the teacher left me a note. And I looked, and it was a note from Miss Cone wishing her good luck on her observation. That's just how wonderful she is. I think that what makes the Teacher of the Year award so special is that you are selected by your peers for this recognition, and it speaks volume about you and your work. Thank you, Ms. Adcock and Ms. Cone, for all that you do, and a very special congratulations to both of you. We simply wouldn't be the varsity team at Salem without you. Ms. Cone.
Good afternoon. My name is Maria Johnson, and I'm the principal at Scales Elementary School. And this afternoon, I have the pleasure of introducing and honoring two of our very special superstars. And the first one I'm going to acknowledge is Miss Kimberly Christopher, who's here with her mother and father, Paula and Dennis Renfro. If you'll wave so I can see you there. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to start with Miss Christopher with a quote from Helen Keller. It says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And that really sums up Miss Christopher. Miss Christopher has been teaching for 15 years between Rutherford County and Murfreesboro City Schools. When I look at Miss Christopher, what comes to mind is relationships. Miss Christopher does a beautiful job of building relationships with not only her students, but our faculty. If I have a challenging student that year that needs that special person, that needs that love, that needs that person that will also push for high expectations, Miss Christopher is getting that student. Miss Christopher is also a teacher that I can put in any grade level because I know she'll be successful. In fact, one year she came to me and said, Miss Johnson, why do you keep moving me? And I said, that's because you're that good. And that is so true because I can place her anywhere, and I know we're going to get the best results from our students. One more thing about Miss Christopher, this year with the pandemic, we all had the challenge of being distance learner teachers. Miss Christopher embraced this challenge. She researched Google Classroom, Zoom, and she actually presented a training for our entire faculty, and the district even came over and I think videoed her. So thank you, Mrs. Christopher, for all that you bring to our students, to our Scales family. We're so appreciative of you, and we're honored to have you as a Scales superstar. So thank you. And the next one here, Mr. Tony Hartman, he has a new wardrobe for our school there. Each day is a Hawaiian shirt, our pineapple pants. But that just shows who Mr. Hartman is. Mr. Hartman is a very, very special person. Mr. Hartman brings so much to our school. When I say go above and beyond, it's Mr. Hartman. He is a music teacher at Scales. In 2000, open my notes here. In 2007, he came over with the district for steel to burl. So he taught students how to play the steel to burl drums. And in 2013, we snagged him up and we put him in the classroom as a music teacher. And he had just thrived and built so many musicians, not only at Scales Elementary School, but across our district. They performed all over Nashville, Murfreesboro, and we're just so appreciative for all that he does. He brings a special light to Scales. He's over our dismissal in the back, our younger students. Every morning, Mr. Hartman, he's either standing out there greeting them by playing music, or he's challenging the staff to do squats or jump ropes. I still have not made my challenge, but I will get there. But Mr. Hartman's very special, and we just thank him for all that he's brought, again, not to only Scales, but to our entire district. So we are honored to have you as our Teacher of the Year for Scales, Mr. Hartman.
Our Teacher of the Year from 4th grade, Miss Rachel Pepper. She is here today with her husband and 2 of her 3 boys. They are here celebrating her today, and she has gone way above and beyond to go to their soccer game, so it's a pretty fair exchange. So I know that she's glad to have them here. Miss Pepper is a team player who goes above and beyond to help everybody at school. She helps all of our teachers, and she's always willing to help and to pitch in. She does the same for her students, and she takes a lot of pride in building those relationships with her students, and it shows by how hard that they in turn work for her. Adults and children alike know just how genuinely that she cares about them. She's also in charge of our yearbook at school, which you all know what a big task that is. And we are so grateful for all of the things that she does for our school. She's a quiet leader, always present behind the scenes and willing to help in every way possible. And I'm privileged to call her a coworker and lucky to call her a friend. So, Miss Rachel Pepper. Mr. Mark Hale is also here with us today, and he is a music teacher for us at Siegel. He's a proud husband, and his wife is here today, and his son is also here with us to celebrate him. We are lucky to have such a talented and creative musician working at school with our students. He has instilled a great love of music in all of our students and the faculty as well. I have to say, you can walk down the hall and often people will be slowly walking by Mr. Hale's door to hear all of his students inside playing the guitar and the many things that he teaches them to do. His resourcefulness is really amazing. He's utilized the Little Kids Rock program to outfit his entire room with a wide variety of class sets of instruments. And he's even had the Nashville Songwriters Association involved with judging songwriting contests that our students, write songs and then they actually perform those for the winners. Mr. Hale goes above and beyond to provide our students with unique opportunities and is always so excited to share those students' talents with one another and with parents and the community. And we're just so lucky to have Mr. Hale as a member of our faculty at school. Mr. Mark Hale.
We definitely want to thank everyone for coming today. Thank you for being with us as we honor these amazing educators. And I'll go back to the quote that Ms. Phillips shared about standing on the shoulders of others, and we do all stand on your shoulders. We are definitely a better and a stronger district because you are here, and we are forever grateful for the work that you do. I do want to take a second and recognize two very special educators, which are the two representatives who will be our district level teachers of the year. And they don't get a plaque, they do get a very nice handmade rocking chair that's been a tradition here in Murfreesboro City. So congratulations. I hope you brought your truck to get it home. Yes, okay, good. But I want to say congratulations to our two district level teachers of the year. If you'll stand, Mr. Mark Hale and Miss Tiara Vance. Thank you, both of you guys. Thank you again for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here to support us. We are going to let our teachers of the year slip out to see Miss Trail and Miss Carr to get some pictures this way, to get some quick pictures. But for everyone else, please feel free to continue to eat and mingle. Thank you for joining us today.